changing and shifts in high school. You know, a lot of times we make friends, lose friends. People graduate, people move, have babies, drop out, some even die. You know, loved ones die, parents go through things, we go through things. So we go through a lot of changes and shifts. So do you feel that extreme changes can be helpful or harmful, and or both?
I think both. I think sometimes that harmful is like they come in like a shock that you're not prepared for the change. Like it's just like it takes you out of your comfort zone. Right. When the change happens. It's like if you lose somebody you love, it's like, what do I do now? Yeah. You're not prepared for it. You don't have A's and B's options to get away from it. So you're just stuck in that one position. And A, for like a good way, for change is like you learn from it. Yeah. Everything that you go through, you learn from it. So when something happens again, you know what not to do and what to do, you know? Right,
yeah, okay. So, can the crowd of people or friends you're around impact the type of decisions you make?
Of course.
Why you say that?
Because birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. And so you gotta have the same kind of viewpoint as them. Yeah. So if your friends start to change the viewpoint that you used to have, you gotta find a new flock together, and then you gotta change your whole different capacity of what you used to think about.
Right. Okay. How can kids cope with change? Cope with harmful change better?
I guess write about it. Like me, I like to write poetry, or I like to get caught up in a book that's real good that gets me away from reality. Right. And get my mind off the bad thing that's happened to me. But some people don't like to talk about it. Some people just want to be left alone. Right. But it's bad to be alone.
Right. What do we do for those people who don't who don't know how to express themselves, like writing or talking to someone? What do kids like that do? How can they cope?
Get caught up in a hobby. If you like basketball, play basketball. If you like volleyball, play volleyball. Get into some activity that has you revolved around people. Yeah. A good energy of people, not bad people. Because once you get caught in bad energy, you're going to think bad energy is good energy.
Right, exactly. And I think we all can agree that everybody can find something that they want to do that they like.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So, how can people who have been impacted by a change, who may view the change that happened as bad or harmful, change their outlook on it and look at it as a positive or maybe a lesson?
Time is everything. Like you can't automatically be like, oh, it's a good thing. Right. When it's just time takes everything. It's time for you to cope, time for you to realize, time for you to accept. And then once you accept it, you start to look even more deep into it. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, if this didn't happen, this wouldn't happen. Right, yeah. And it changes the outcome of things a lot. Right. And once you got that time to cope with it, then you got the time to analyze it and deal with it and find a positive in the situation.
Right. Okay, great. And last question for changes and shift. What would you say is the most wonderful, richest lesson you've learned from a situation that's changed in your life?
When I was young, I used to be a very people pleaser. I like to please other people when these people weren't pleasing me, and like I always kept giving and giving and not receiving the same energy I was giving them. Right. And then I had to realize, why am I pleasing other people when I can please my damn self? Right. So that's the one thing I learned, that you can't please everybody. You gotta please yourself. Right. And then once you please yourself, you find the people who want to please you. Right. And you can please them.
Exactly. Like I had heard once, like you have to fill your own cup first, then you can give from your overflow. Yeah. Because if you keep on giving and giving out your cup, then you're empty. You gotta fill yourself first, then you give from the overflow. Okay. Thanks.